Les Moonves is out at CBS. The embattled chief executive steps down after a deluge of sexual misconduct allegations. This follows another weekend write-up from journalist Ronan Farrow. Moonves' statement reads, in part, untrue allegations from decades ago are now being made against me that are not consistent with who I am. Effective immediately, I will no longer be chairman and chief executive officer of CBS. Joining us now to discuss, Fox News senior judicial analyst Judge Andrew Napolitano. Judge, good to see you this morning.
Good morning.
Your reaction to all of this?
Well, you know, CBS would have a very serious image problem on its hands if it didn't react this way. It happened rather quickly. I mean, it seems to me it was just about 2 weeks ago that they engaged a very prominent law firm. I actually know the lawyers involved, to do a preliminary investigation, and whatever they came up with must have shown the board that the allegations were credible, notwithstanding Les Moonves's and his wife's denials. And then, of course, as they began to negotiate his departure, Ronan Farrow came up with another half dozen,
right,
one of which is quite serious, one of which goes beyond verbal and actually goes to an alleged physical assault. It's interesting. Our colleague Charlie Gasparino, who seems to be in the middle of all of this somehow, is reporting that he's leaving without a nickel today, and they're going to negotiate, but the negotiation will rise or fall based upon an investigation that has not yet taken place, because it is an investigation of the new allegations that Ronan Farrow revealed over the weekend.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what comes out of this, but he was forced to leave immediately. I mean, these 6 women, the additional women, what are they saying now, and why now are they coming out?
I don't know why now they're coming out, but one of them alleges an assault. I don't know the details of it, but it's more than verbal.
Does this change the CBS Viacom merger in any way?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. It actually puts it on hold for 2 years. It was scheduled to go to trial. Well, not it was scheduled to go to trial, but issues around it. Whether or not CBS could dilute the Redstone stock is the subject of litigation scheduled here in Manhattan for October 1st. The two parties, the Redstone team and the CBS team, minus Moonves. Now, Moonves, of course, is the beast in the night, or had been, to the Redstone team. So with him out, I don't think there's going to be a trial. I think there's going to be an amicable resolution of this somehow.
Basically, that's part of this negotiation, is that there's a détente, so there is no more CBS and National Amusements remerger that Sherry Redstone wanted to engage in, and no dividend dilution, so she doesn't lose her voting power as well.
So she wins.
So I would say Sherry Redstone
Well, you could argue
wins,
that she wins, yes. She stays where she is, and she controls 79% of the stock.
And with Moonves out, that you think still delays this merger or potential merger?
Well, they told the court over the weekend, to the extent you can communicate with the judge over the weekend, they told the court over the weekend, or announced that they're going to tell the court this morning, they want a 2-year cooling off period, and then they'll be back there. They are not going to go back there. They will resolve this, in my opinion, in 2 weeks. Well, they'll resolve it as soon as the Moonves issue is resolved, because the Redstone folks will have a substantial say in who his successor is. And it's obviously not going to be somebody that hates them the way Les Moonves did.
And CBS said that it did settle the legal dispute with the controlling shareholder. Let me switch gears, Judge, because we haven't seen you since that hearing, or circus of a hearing, took place last week with the Kavanaugh hearings. I'm told that the vote will take place on September 20th this month, and there's a lot of optimism that Brett Kavanaugh does become Supreme Court Justice. Kavanaugh, your reaction to the hearing?
The Democrats, in my view, and Lee can speak to this better than I, but the Democrats, in my view, had 2 goals. One was to pick off 3 Republicans, Rand Paul on the allegations that Judge Kavanaugh was involved in warrantless spying and torture recommendations, not personally involved, but recommendations to President Bush. And Susan Collins and Lisa Murkowski on the allegation that he secretly wants or believes he can interfere with Roe versus Wade. They did not succeed with any of those. So that means they know that all Republicans are still in line. If all Republicans are still in line, that means that Chuck Schumer will release the vulnerable Democrats to vote yes. It won't put Judge Kavanaugh over the top. He will be put over the top by the Republicans, but it'll remove the Kavanaugh vote as an issue in the re-election campaign of these vulnerable Democrats. I don't know they're personally vulnerable. They're incumbent Democrats running for re-election in the Senate in states that the president carried handily in 2016. That was the first goal they failed. The second goal, and we're talking about this during the break, was to animate the base by being about as aggressive against him on issues dear to the base as they can. This is what led my friend of 25 years and fellow New Jerseyan, Senator Cory Booker, one of my senators of my home state, to engage in the bizarre histrionics that we saw. Now,
he embarrassed himself.
Now, I read all the Jersey papers over the weekend, and they're giving him the benefit of the doubt. He is very, very popular in New Jersey. I don't think it plays that way throughout the rest of the nation. The benefit of the doubt is he really thought that these documents that had been stamped confidential were confidential, and that he was risking his career to break the rules of the Senate and reveal them because he thought it showed another side to Brett Kavanaugh that the Republicans had kept hidden.
Meanwhile, they were already released. I think he ruined his political. I think he ruined his run for president. What do you think, Lee?
I think that people do not follow hysterical leaders. And the fact that he has gotten so angry and so hysterical is not reassuring to folks. It's not going to make them want to follow him. It's going to either make them say, yeah, I get that he might be on the same page as I am, and I'm frustrated with this whole thing too, but I think that this was not a good move for him, because leaders stay calm through adversity.
Remember when he almost took out Kirstjen Nielsen? Your silence is deafening.
Yes. And we were talking about these mythological stories about Mayor Booker running into burning homes and neighborhoods in Newark and saving babies, and then there was a dispute as to whether it was a fire.
Stunt.
So this was either a profound misunderstanding or a gross miscalculation. The editorials in New Jersey may like him, but this did not play well amongst even Democrats throughout the rest of the country.
But the broader issue, Judge, is really what I want to get your take on, and you too, Lee. I mean, the broader issue of not being able to get anything done. You have a hearing for a Supreme Court justice here, and as soon as Grassley starts welcoming everybody, you got Kamala Harris and the others trying to just shut this thing down. You're not getting anything done. Why would anyone feel like if I vote for a Democrat in November, things are going to get done? Nothing will get done if the Democrats take the House.
I share that view 100%, but the Democrats must have felt, they're not stupid people, they must have felt that their base wanted them to behave this way. Did they take polls?
Their base also wants socialism.
No doubt.
So,
no doubt.
Yeah.
There's that.
So, I mean, he's going to be confirmed, whether you like him or not. I have a lot of problems with him from my libertarian perspective, but he's a brilliant, decent, experienced person. He's the type of person the president said he would nominate, and they couldn't find any flaws, and they have the votes.
Judge, thank you. Judge Andrew Napolitano.